What up? I got Naskin here with me. This ain't a diss song, but yeah, you know what it is. I'm a cheesehead, y'all niggas cheese whiz. Pittsburgh Steelers, that's nothing. That Super Bowl ring.
What is Jayran going to add to your bunch?
Yeah, pretty excited to add a guy like that. Next to Kenny, next to Dean, that will be pretty exciting. He's been a dominant player in this league, was really productive in Seattle, and I think he had an okay year last year, but I'm excited to work with him, and he brings a lot to the table, both in the run and in the pass.
Trey, how much of the run game stuff were you doing already, and is there anything really new? I would assume the D-line coach would be running.
Yeah, no, I've pretty much same role, just now have the title for the things that I've been doing. So, yeah, so not much is going to change.
Jerry, what's the next step for TJ this year?
Most year one to year two, big jump. I'm expecting him to take a big jump. No different than when Kingsley was here, or Kenny year one to year two, or Dean. I'm expecting him to take a big jump from year one to year two, and hopefully he comes back in shape and ready to go. But he's made a lot of progress from point A to point B. Now we need to get to C. So,
where would you like to see him improve up close in this game from TJ?
Just more consistency. I mean, you guys have heard me talk a lot, but just doing the little things all the time, and when he gets in the game, there shouldn't be a drop-off from him to Kenny in first and second down. I think he can be a dominant run player when he's doing the right things, and that's what I'm going to hold him accountable for.
What did you like best about what you saw from TJ his rookie year? What stood out to you?
Just the times when he did it right. I mean, you could see the line of scrimmage move the other way. So when he's attacking and knocking the line of scrimmage back and using his hands and getting off blocks, he's pretty dominant. So he's a big man, athletic, he's lean. If we can continue to do that on a consistent basis, I think, we'll have a pretty good player on our hands.
Seems like every year we're talking about getting more around Kenny. I know it's really early, obviously, but does this have the makings maybe when you look at that room? Could this maybe be the best line group that you've had?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the talent and the production that these guys have had, absolutely. But, just like anything, he's got to come, he's got to learn the system, and then we got to be able to get him to play fast and be confident in what we're asking him to do, which I believe he'll be able to do. So, looking forward to it.
You guys are pretty short on numbers. I think you only have 5 under contract, so I'm assuming you guys will add a player or two here in a couple of weeks. What are you looking for as far as when you're looking at these rookie guys or these draft pick guys? What do you like?
Yeah, just like any coach in the league, you always want to add more talent. So we'll leave that up to Goody and those guys to figure that out, and they'll do that. But ultimately, you would love to add a high-level third down pass rusher. I think we've got a solid group that can do both, but I think you have a little bit more twitchier of a guy that can add to the rush from an inside standpoint. But anything he gives us, we'll be happy with. So.
Knew of Jayran Reed, but didn't really know his game, so I started watching it. And the more I see, the more I like. Of course, for a defensive tackle, it all starts in the phone booth. Beat the guy across from you and make the play. And check out Reed. He stuffs that center into the backfield, and look at that arm extension. He gets him out there, separates himself from the blocker so he can set him and make the play. He also goes down the line and pokes the ball out, and the Broncos lose one and almost the football thanks to Jayran Reed. The next step for defensive tackle is making plays outside the phone booth, like off tackle or outside, and here the Bills are running a quarterback sweep. And they're blocking down on Reed with their left tackle, but as soon as he feels that block, he is spinning out of it. He has really got a feel for the spin move, and he is spinning out of it, and he's searching and destroying, crumbles a blocker, and he's stopping Josh Allen for next to nothing. Jayran came out of Alabama really raw on the pass rush, but he has learned his lessons well, and we can see that right here. First of all, he draws the blocker's hands, and then watch his right arm and hand. He rips right through him, squeezes and turns the corner, and Derek Carr is throwing up a prayer. A wise old coach once told me that turnovers start in the pocket. And as per usual, that wise old coach was right. More pass rush, and this time the Chiefs are running a TE, where the tackle goes first and the end loops around him, the tackle being Jayran Reed. And the Broncos get paid too. They do a pretty good job of picking this thing up. And at this point in the play, Teddy Bridgewater is still in the pocket. Here's Jayran over here. Now watch Bridgewater, in particular's feet. He takes that one step towards breaking contain and going outside, and look at Jayran. He is already one step into his spin to get outside and to protect the Chiefs' flanks. Look at that. Now, if you can use your eyes like a chameleon's and look at them both at the same time, the steps are almost simultaneous. You can't think about that. It just has to be a feel thing, and it puts Jayran in perfect position to force Bridgewater into the world's ugliest throw. Jayran Reed, he's instinctive, he's athletic, and most important, he's active.
Comes down to the players making big plays.
3rd and 15. They protect him for a while. Then they get to him. Back at the 15-yard line. Jayran Reed.
Possible. You see everyone's going to be covered. You could have thrown it short, and he should have. But you can't see inside. Diggs is actually covered, the underneath coverage, but the sack right here, Allen doesn't throw that ball. They're really...
3rd down and 9. And Carr's going to get sacked at the 30-yard line. Jayran Reed.
Flashing a lot of different blitz looks up there. John Simpson is the guy he's going to be going against. Gets his hand right underneath the face mask. You ain't cheating, you ain't trying. There you go. Worked.
Swept the Ravens. They've already swept the Steelers. They got Cleveland next week. Browns did beat them here. 3rd and 9. In trouble. Big trouble. Knocked down by Jayran Reed.
And it doesn't matter as he splits him, and once he gets here, he can't throw it right there. He's got to protect the ball. And Reed comes in to finish it off. What a...
Played for the Steelers at the start of the year. Rush in, linebacker, and Roethlisberger is sacked back at the 31-yard line. Frank Clark.
Watch up here. This is going to be an inside release. He's double-teamed. You can't go inside. Roethlisberger wants to throw it.
3rd down and 9. And Carr's going to get sacked at the 30-yard line. Jayran Reed.
Flashing a lot of different blitz looks up there. John Simpson is the guy he's going to be going against. Gets his hand right underneath the face mask. You ain't cheating, you ain't trying. There you go. Worked.
Goff pulls it down and gets sacked. Jayran Reed. Well, Goff is wanting to try to get the ball to Gerald Everett right here in the middle. They double him. They're inside out on him. It gets Goff off of him, and as he tries to work back into the progression, Jayran Reed, who's really been outstanding all season long.
Comes down to the players making big plays.
3rd and 15. They protect him for a while. Then they get to him. Back at the 15-yard line. Jayran Reed.
What a play by Reed. The crowd's going crazy, and you come up.
Manning has time. Now the ball comes out, and the Seahawks fall on it. Manning is hit. He is sacked. The ball popped out, and Frank Clark fell on it. The Seahawks have the ball. I think it might have been Mike Bennett who got his hand in there and slapped it away.
I think it was Jayran Reed.
Whoever did it will take it, and Frank Clark recovers the fumble. Huge play by the...
Down by 13. Thrown up. Just a prayer is thrown up there. And all kinds of white shirts around, and that's going to result in an interception at the 44-yard line. He was under pressure with Carr, and Daniel Sorensen among the quartet of Chiefs were there. Jayran Reed forced that issue, forced Carr to throw a moon ball.
Jayran Reed's had a big night tonight. It's going to get his hand on the arm of Derek Carr, but I'm not so sure that wouldn't have been intercepted regardless. That was a hope and a prayer right there.
Totally. Thornhill could have picked it as well. Edwards was down there, had no chance, and it's a second turnover.
Happy about how open his wide receivers are here in the first half.
Here's a ball knocked out of the hand of Prescott and into the arms of the Seahawks and down to the 5-yard line is Benson Mayowa. Right out of the gate. Mayowa's coming off the edge. Jayran Reed looked like he was the one who actually got the arm of Prescott. He's double clutching it in the pocket, and that's hard to do. And as he's stepping up, here comes Reed. He gets a hold of it. And that's a great job with interior pressure. We talked about it from both these teams coming in. Have had a hard time getting after the quarterback. Both of them doing a pretty good job to start this second half. And
Rivers. Sacked for the first time today. Jayran Reed got him.
Hey, the one thing you cannot do in this situation is take a sack. Instead, run the football, punt the football, and play defense. Your defense has played.
It's at the Seahawk 46. Stafford facing a 4-man rush. Stafford in trouble. Ball knocked out. Loose ball. Seahawks have it at the 46-yard line. Jayran Reed with the strip and the recovery.
In the fight, you see him right in the middle of your screen right here. And he's blocked. I'm sorry, it's the other defensive tackle. Just staying into the fight. And when Matthew Stafford starts to run, it's just a little dink, just touches it. You don't have to get the quarterback on the ground to get a sack called. Fumble works just as well. This opportunistic Seattle defense comes away with another takeover. This has been the catalyst.
20!
Reed. Woo. Huge pressure. 25. 2-minute warning. Tie game.
And maybe they'll give him a little bit of the edge in that regard. As Damian Williams is going to get spun around and loses the ball. And the Seahawks are going to be able to pick it up on the turnover in KC territory.
Dion Jordan's the cowboy on this one, riding the horse, and this is another big play for him in this game. And now you and I talked about this a little bit. How much ultimately, when we're talking about one of the Super Bowl favorites in Kansas City, would the loss of Kareem Hunt mean to this football team? And it's hard to say, and you go, okay, they're all right.
And he just went deep. From the 25, Prescott needs to get the ball down the field. Instead, he's sacked. And they can't even throw those against a defense that's giving them up. It's like throwing on air. And now, down goes Prescott with a flag on the play. Jayran Reed got through.
Early timeout used by the Cardinals. Rosen getting the pressure, and down he goes inside the 10, and it was Rosen going to work for the Cardinal offense in the tie game. First down pitching to David Johnson, and he's going to be corralled behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 3 or 4 with Reed making the play.
On 3rd and 5 from the Raider 30. Carr under pressure, the ball is out. Fumble recovered for a moment, and the Seahawks have come up with it. Jayran Reed. You would think they would get to Jared Cook more. They have 3 tight ends in on this snap. And trying to run up the middle. Knocked down at the 25-yard line.
Seahawk 46. Stafford facing a 4-man rush. Stafford in trouble. Ball knocked out. Loose ball. Seahawks have it at the 46-yard line. Jayran Reed with the strip and the recovery.
Rivers. Sacked for the first time today. Jayran Reed got him.
Got away with a false start there.
Jet sweep. Oh, almost lost the ball. Woods had to grab it a second time, and it's a loss of 6 or 7.
Rodgers, down he goes. And a sack for the Seattle defense. Rodgers keeps.
Steps through, and down he goes, and a big play is made by Reed.
4th and goal with 23 seconds on the clock. And Mullins goes down, and that's all she wrote. And it was Jayran Reed. Reed.
Woo. Huge pressure. Need to get to the 47-yard line for a first down.
Reed.
And it's Reed again all the way back to the 15-yard line.
They'll give him a little bit of the edge in that regard. As Damian Williams is going to get spun around and loses the ball. And the Seahawks are going to be able to pick it up on the turnover.
Wilson under pressure, down he goes. And that's going to do it. They're not going to get a chance to kick the field goal. Wilson, nobody open, they've got him. That's the 5th sack of the game.
It's illegal.